Hi there and welcome back to Japan, where I guess there's no rest for the wicked, because this November the 5th, not only have we had a new release from Bandmade, but there's a new release from Ningen ISU, which we're about to check out, as you probably know if you clicked on this link to begin with. And there's a new release by Scandal tonight as well, which hopefully I'll try and review that as well, but I know they like copyright strikes, so I'll be careful. Anyway, Ningen ISU, this is a group we haven't covered for the last few weeks, but we have covered quite a few of their songs, and they are actually really fun, really interesting. They have a very simple straight back sound, and they do go for a slightly old school metal feel on a lot of their songs, and that isn't normally the style of music that I listen to. It's one that I appreciate, but it's not like the most regular thing I listen to. And so when their songs are doing, if you like, their more normal thing, chugging along as sort of very simple riff-based songs, maybe they're just kind of ones that I would listen to as background music. But when they do something that really hits and something that really grabs you, some of their great songs, or the ones that I consider great, are absolutely amazing. Now, I've got a bit of a cold today, but I have some water with me. And you know what, I was expecting today to be really boring, and I was kind of sad that obviously here I am in Japan for the last few years. It's been a long time since I've had an eventful November the 5th, but finally, this is a good one. Alright, so here we go. This is Ningen ISU with Life for Sale, which is less than 5 minutes, making it a veritable punk song by their standards. Anyway, let's jump straight on this right now. Life for Sale, Ningen ISU. Oh, straight off the bat, rocking. Yeah. Oh, the energy in this one's brilliant. It's a real rocking chorus, but it's at the same time, as well as managing to be almost like thrashy and punky, it still has their style of writing in there. It's identifiably them. Oh, nice. Okay, so we're only about a third of the way through, so where are they going to go with this? The simple, harsh black and white video as well, high contrast. It's really working with the energy of the song. It's got a sing-along vibe to it as well. You could... You could totally sing this along at karaoke after a few drinks. This would be amazing. Oh! So I guess this is where we get the runtime. Is it going to be a classic Ningen ISU bridge? I'm going to be honest, I love this. This is brilliant. There's not a second to breathe in this. What happened to his guitar? And you remember, vocal layering aside, this is a three-piece band. It's amazing how much thickness and fullness they get out of their sound. Like all the best Ningen Is songs and all the best of these sort of more style flipping, rhythm flipping sort of old school fast rock songs, you can follow it even when it goes completely off the rails. You kind of just, it flows. Nice held bass line. We're gonna get a final blast. 10 seconds to go. Oh, there we go. Last one heavy note. Wow. All right, let's call it as it is. That I'll have to go back and check about it, but I think that has very safely wandered up and just seated itself as my #1 favourite Ningen Is song. That's brilliant. Well, let's start from a few points here. And by the way, apologies that I'm recording this on slightly choppy, poor quality audio. This is just camera audio today because I've got so many of these songs just suddenly being released out of nowhere that I haven't set up the audio equipment or anything. I'm just talking straight into my little mini SLR camera. Well, I always said my favourite thing about the songs that I don't like so much, Ningen Is, don't appeal to me, should I say, are the ones where they kind of go into a sort of a slow. I heard someone sort of using the phrases like doom metal and stoner metal, those ones which kind of feel like they're more supposed to sort of chug along and be vibed out to. That's fine. I know that's a big thing, and I know a lot of people are into that. And those songs, they have a good sort of feel to them. You know, they do move along nicely, but they don't really grab me. When it comes to bands like Ningen Is, maybe it's just because I've naturally got a very short attention span. I love the ones where they show their writing creativity, where it goes off the wall. I wish I could remember the names of all of the songs. I'm really bad at remembering song names, which is quite a funny thing for when you're doing a channel like this. But there was another one, which was, I think it was The Colour Out of Space or something. The one that I really liked most of all before was quite fast and had quite a sort of chopped up mad bridge and everything, and just sort of went all over the place. And this kind of did that same thing, but just so effectively here. The riffing and everything was quite simple, but it sounded so thick and so full. And like I've always said, one of the things that works with Ningen Is because they're a three-piece band. Again, I know there's layering in the recording, but when they're a three-piece band, when they manage to fill out the sound, you still basically have got guitar, bass and drums, which means that each sounds identifiable. It never becomes muddy with them. Even when they're sounding like they're blasting at, turned up to 11 or 12, it's still all clear what's doing what. And the riffing here was simple. It was all quite simple, but it was so energized. And then, like I said, it was those changes up. The chorus, okay, it's not like a classic sing-along chorus. It's not going to go back down in history as one of the great choruses of all time, but it's catchy enough that you can sing along to it. Like I said, it really stands with their writing style, which has those sort of inflections of like Japanese traditional folk music in a sort of weird way, sort of bleeding through into how things are written. It has that. It keeps them in their own individual space of sounding like Ningen. It's not sounding really too much like any other group that I can necessarily pull off the top of my head. I know, like I said, a lot of you guys in the comments have mentioned comparisons, but I think that they are, compared to a lot of other bands who we think of being similar to Ningen, I think they're more identifiably Japanese in the way they write, the melodies at least. And then, like I say, for 4 minutes 40, I think it was, it fills that time amazingly. It feels like a real thrash song. I really love that in the verses, remember the words? In the verses, his vocals are really quick, almost up to like a rapping speed. He's like really machine gunning the words out straight from the get-go, which, like I say, nothing about this allows you to sink down into resting too much. It keeps on pummeling you, and does that thing, like I say, that a great song of this style does. It flips up and changes things in a way that you don't necessarily see everything coming, but when it does come, it feels natural. Some of the changes, you can kind of see them coming if you've heard Ningen Is before. Some of the changes are a bit different. Like I say, it was kind of obvious when the song was moving along so fast and they'd already peeled off an entire chorus and verse and intro by like 1 minute through. It was obvious they were going to be relying on a fairly sizable bridge. And they did that. The bridge bit in the middle between the last two choruses were nicely extended. All kinds of crazy stuff happening. I mean, it's almost hard to comment on this without just sort of breaking it down into just basically narrating everything that happens in the song. because the core of what makes it good is basically so simple, and yet there's, you're trying to describe so much, there's so much activity in the song, but the real core of what makes it brilliant is so simple, which is that it doesn't give you a chance to get tired, it keeps you energized. This song, man, if this came on live, I would be 100% with that. It rocks, it's brilliant. I'm definitely going to listen to it again, and like I say, I know songs change when you have more listens, you get, your opinion evolves, and maybe things you like less, maybe things you like less, you like more. With this one, I can already just kind of tell this is going to sit if it's not my number one Ningen ISU song thus far, it's certainly going to sit very near to the top. Absolutely loved it. As always though, if you're a Ningen ISU fan, or if not, I love the fact we've got so many different people following on this channel because we do so many different styles of Japanese music here. Whatever your feelings are, get involved in the comments, and just get involved in, we've got links in the description to our different social medias so you can really get involved in more in-depth stuff there, like suggesting more songs for me to listen to. But I'm really interested to see what you guys think, whether you're a Ningen ISU fan or not. Do you regard this as a change of style for them? Like I say, they have done stuff like this before, and I haven't heard enough of their stuff to really be an expert. Do you like it more when they do this kind of stuff, or do you like it more when they do their more sort of doomy, slower and intense sort of things? Well, it's a different form of intensity, isn't it? Anyway, really interested to know what your guys' opinions are, but for now, from Japan, thank you so much for tuning in, and ciao ciao.
Thanks for watching. Feel free to check out more of our hundreds of videos we got online on this channel right now, or get involved in the discussion with us at the many social media links we've got in the description below, where you can suggest new videos and artists for us to check out on the channel. Or you can just do the usual YouTube stuff and comment, like, subscribe. You know how this works by now.